Hello everybody, I hope that you're all well. I just wanted to update you with regard to the reopening of public worship, which of course the government has allowed from the 4th of July with strict social distancing measures in place. The diocese have been extremely helpful and very supportive in making sure that St Mary's can open for private prayer here in Sunderland city centre, and I'm pleased that many people have taken the opportunity to come in and spend some time with the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament during the week, and we'll continue to be open for private prayer each weekday between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and that's largely thanks as well, of course, to the volunteers who have given their time to clean and steward people in and out to ensure a safe environment. With regard to masses, Bishop Robert has left it up to individual clergy in their parishes to assess the situation and decide whether they feel it's safe and the right time to open up for Mass. I've taken the decision that it's not the right time in either St Mary's or St Cecilia's for the celebration of public Mass, and let me explain my reasons why. First of all, St Cecilia's. Well, St Cecilia's actually can be taken out of the equation because some major work needs to take place in St Cecilia's. It needs rewired, and work will begin for that next week. That will take 8 weeks. So regardless of coronavirus or not, St Cecilia's will be closed for the next 8 weeks while that work gets carried out. So hopefully St Cecilia's will be fit and ready to open in 8 weeks' time. St Mary's different at the moment. We've had the assessment, and if we stick to the 2-metre rule, then we could probably get almost 40 people in for Mass. Now, I don't think that's fair to only allow 40 people in, and you need a booking-in system, which would be complicated. We can go to the 1 metre plus rule of social distancing, which would mean 1 metre between people, which would mean we could get about 80 in for Mass. Still not enough. We have over 600 people at Mass on a Sunday, and everyone would be required to wear masks with the 1 metre plus rule. Given also that we don't have a car park, and it would effectively mean that lots of you would have to travel by public transport to Mass, and given that we don't have the resources really to staff a phone line to make sure that people could book in, I don't think it would be right and just to all of you to open for Mass at this time. What I will do is monitor the situation very closely. I think the cathedral in Newcastle is the only place that's opening this week. So I will learn from the cathedral and other parishes that open over the next week or two and assess the situation as we move on. Also, as pubs and other places, restaurants and other shops get back to normal this week, I just want to monitor the situation to make sure that it's safe and there's no spikes over the next couple of weeks. And then perhaps after monitoring the situation for a few weeks, maybe we could start with midweek Mass here and see how that goes before we return to Sunday Mass. Of course, the obligation to attend Mass on a Sunday is still suspended. The bishops, in their wisdom, have said that the obligation to come to Mass on a Sunday is suspended at this time. Obviously, if it wasn't, we'd open up straight away. So you're not required to come to Mass on a Sunday until that obligation is reintroduced. And I'll keep you informed when that is in place. But for now, I encourage you to join us for our Sunday celebration of Mass. Last Sunday Mass had over 2,000 views. There's over 500 people watch it live, and that's live streamed at 10:30 on our parish Facebook page, and then it's uploaded onto our YouTube channel later on. That has great interest, and thank you so much for tuning into that. We'll keep that going, and when everything goes back to normal, whatever that may be, we will certainly continue streaming that Mass. If Mass, in places where Mass is returning, by the way, you'll see a lot of changes. No music is allowed, as well as the social distancing that's in place. no singing, no bidding prayers. The Mass is cut short, really. So there'll be lots of changes if we were to go back. So let's continue to hold each other in prayer. It's lovely that so many people and so many of you have maintained contact with each other on the Facebook page and talk to each other. I know some of you have been Zooming and praying with one another. And of course, St. Mary's is open for private prayer from 10 till 1 each day. I normally celebrate Mass in the evening. I don't have Wi-Fi in the church, so I only stream it once. But I normally do it at 6 p.m. So if you'd like to pray the Rosary when I'm celebrating Mass in the parish, I normally do 6 p.m. Unless there's a funeral, in which case I celebrate Mass in the morning for the person who's died and then go off and do the funeral, because funerals are still at this moment still in the crematorium or just burials. So that's the update. I know we've had a lot of phone calls asking if we're opening for Mass this weekend. I'm not opening for public Mass at this time. I think it would be prudent if we just wait and monitor the situation over the next couple of weeks, perhaps with a target and a hope of being back for Sunday Mass sometime in September, I would hope. But that depends on the situation, whether there's a spike and whether it's safe to do so. And also just the limitation of numbers. I would hate people to be put off, to be rejected, not being able to get a ticket, and how we implement a safe and fair booking in system all needs looked at. And people that don't have the internet or wouldn't be able to book in, it wouldn't be fair or just or right to them. So it's a wait and see policy. We'll monitor the situation and hopefully we'll have a target date to be back at Sunday Mass in September, and hopefully more of the restrictions would have been lifted by then. If you have any comments or queries, please write them in the comments box below. If you'd like to speak to me, then please do phone the landline. And I hope that you understand. I think it's a question of safety, prudence and justice. I would love to be able to celebrate Mass with you now. Of course I would, but that's not possible. It's not possible for us to open the doors and just let everyone back. But let's monitor the situation and see how it unfolds over the next couple of weeks. And then maybe we can, towards the end of August, look at midweek Masses or even before then, and aim to be back for Sunday Mass together, as many people as possible in September. So I hope that's okay, and I hope that you're all well. God bless. Bye-bye.